Okay, as you can see from the screen, this is mainly for your paper 2 writing part 1, short communicative message. It is mandatory for all of you to answer this question in your SPM examination. So for this task, you are required to write more than 80 words. So, although you will not be penalized for writing more than the required number of words, it is highly advisable that you focus on fulfilling the requirement of the task. Because why? Because you will tend to make more errors when you want to include too many things in your writing. So part 1 skill is focused on the A2 CEFR level. So it means in task 1 in your SPM writing paper will cover the A2 range. Okay, before I explain further, I would love to bring your attention to this format. So there are two sets of questions. Which one do you think belongs to upper form students? Meaning to see for SPM level on your left or on your right. Okay, you are right. On your left is your PT3 question, and on your right is of course your SPM question. Okay, so by looking at these two sets of questions, can you spot any differences between these two questions? Everything look almost the same. Okay, same marks, same number, same part, same style of questions, same number of words also. But if you read it clearly, the requirement of the task is not the same. Okay, in form 5 or in upper form, you need to do critical thinking to answer those questions in your email. It's either your email, your message, or maybe your informal letter. Meanwhile, for PT3, you need to choose any of the options given and explain about your choice. However, the number of words are still remain the same, which is 80 words. And total marks for this part is also 20 marks. So what are we going to learn today is only part 1, which is your short communicative message. So here I will try to guide you to write the easiest way that you can, especially for those who cannot write well. Okay, but you have to bear in mind this is only the guideline for students who are still weak to start your writing. So here we are going to identify and use language appropriately. You will apply grammatical rules at word, phrases, and sentence level correctly and meaningfully. And also, you will use various forms of language to create meaning in a variety of contexts. But before that, let me share with you your marking scheme. Alright, this is the task is assessed with reference to the part 1 assessment scale, which has A2 as its midpoint. So as you know, the total mark for part 1 is 20 marks. It is definitely the easiest part in paper 2 that you can score quite well. So there are 4 sub-skills for writing assessment. Okay, the first one is content, 5 marks. Communicative achievement, another 5 marks. Organization, 5 marks. And finally, your language is also 5 marks. So given the nature of the task and the focus of the assessment skills, it will not be uncommon for most of you at near B2 or above levels to score 5, 5, 5, 5 in this task, as the task is primarily designed to differentiate performances at A1 to B2 levels only. Okay, now question in this section of the paper might be taken from the following types of the forms. So what are those types? First one, the most famous one is of course emails, message, and last but not least is an informal letter. So remember, it is better to respond to the text that comes with the task rather than including extra points to make your essay longer. If possible, do not go beyond 100 words when you attempt this task in your SPM examination. The short communicative message in task 1 will necessarily be limited in its scope to show language use above a B1 level. So this is a mandatory task and you must complete it. The word length requirement is approximately 80 words. The task is designed to be accessible to your proficiency levels as it will typically require a personal and concrete response on general social and everyday matters. So I'm going to share with you the formula that you can use it later. All right, I would like to introduce this formula with you, and the formula is called GR123C. GR123C. So these are the things that you needed and you use it later when you want to start your writing task. So G stand for greeting, R stand for your response to your email or message or informal letter. 1, 2, 3 is of course your contents plus your elaboration, and C is mainly for closing, cohesive devices, and conjunctions. So I'm going to show you the simple way how you are going to greet when you want to start your email. As you can read from the screen, greetings, how you are going to respond to your email, plus how you want to close your email, and also some examples of conjunctions and cohesive devices. So, what are those tips? Let's check it out. All right, here are a few tips for you to answer part one, which is your short communicative message. The first one, you need to highlight or maybe underline all the keywords or phrases when you are going to attempt this part. Okay, so this is only the example of the question. Hi, we are having our midterm break here in Singapore. I'm planning to visit you. Where shall we go and what can we do there? What should I bring for you? Looking forward to receiving your reply. Bye. So once you receive your question, first and foremost, read the question carefully. You need to understand the demand of the question first. As in the example given, the scenario is an email from your friend. The task sets the scene already. In this case, your friend is staying in Singapore. He or she wanted to visit you during his or her school break. So the task then includes certain points which you need to answer. Okay, the first one is where shall we go? Next, what can we do? And finally, what should I bring for you? So the input ends with an informal closing, partly to help emphasize the social context of the message as an informal exchange between friends. So you are then given a specific email template into which to write your reply in your real examination. So you have to bear in mind you will get this kind of question, and later below the question they will definitely provide you with the templates for you to write down your answer. All right, so tip number two, organize the highlighted words or phrases in a form of thinking map. Why must you do this? Okay, this is to ensure you score good marks for your content. All right, remember just now the content mark is 5 marks. If you are able to answer all the requirement of the task, you will get your 5 marks. So in order to do it, you are advisable to prepare or to draft by using any kind of maps that you are familiar with to suit your preference. All right, in this case, all right, we just recall back from the question just now. All right, visit my place. So this is the first point, the first content point. Where shall we go? Next one, what can we do? Next one, what should I bring for you? So you have to find a brief answer for this. I will definitely share with you the example. All right, where shall we go? Maybe perhaps to other places that you know. I just stayed there, Pulau Pinang or Penang. What can both of you do there at Pulau Pinang? I mean, in Pulau Pinang, you may try a famous dish. It's called asam laksa, most probably. Or next one, what should I bring for you? I there is referring to the writer. So maybe you ask your friends to bring a stationery case. No, it's up to you. All right. Next, Tips number 3 is use appropriate cohesive devices to make sure a smooth organization of your writing. So what are cohesive devices? Okay, I just listed a few here. All right. There are, of course, there are many categories. I just share three of it. The first one, those words that you can use later to add your ideas, comparing ideas, or perhaps contrasting ideas. So the examples are, all right, for adding ideas, additionally, furthermore, moreover, in addition, not only, but also on top of that, as well as. For comparing ideas, like likewise, similarly, equally, as with, in the same way. To contrast your ideas, you may use whereas, alternatively, on the other hand, conversely, however, nevertheless, and otherwise. And not to forget is these fanboys. Okay, remember what is fanboys? All right, F stands for, A stands for and, N stands for nor, B stands for but, O stands for or, Y stands for yet, and S stands for so. So this is also to make it easier for the examiner or for your teacher to access your email. You can use the following connectors to make sure your essay more coherent. Okay, remember, this is the easiest part in your paper too. So write as good as you can, because I believe you can get full marks easily for part 1 in your writing paper. Now, let's have a look at the example. Okay, here is the sample essay for you to analyze. All right, hi Hadif, thanks for writing to me. That's great, my friend. My friend and I, my father and I will pick you up at the airport. Firstly, I am thinking of bringing you to Pulau Pinang. On top of that, the state is one of the best places in Malaysia to visit. Since you like to try food around the globe, I would recommend you to try one of the famous dishes on that island, the Asam Laksa. Although it is quite different from Singapore laksa, I am sure that one in Penang will tingle your taste buds. Anyway, there is one thing that I really hope you could get for me from Singapore. I saw this one snuggle stationery case that I really liked the other day. There is no more stock in Kuantan. Therefore, I really hope you can buy one in your country. I will share the details of the product later. Couldn't be happier to having you here in Malaysia. Warmest regards to your parents. By your best friend, Saiful. So from this sample, you may start with simple greeting. So you just need to be brief with your introduction. So there, the greeting part. Okay, next, you have to respond. Thanks for writing to me. And then you can see content 1 is there. with the elaboration. Content number 2 is there with the elaboration as well. And of course, content number 3 plus the elaboration. And not to forget your closing. Okay. And as you can see from the screen, you may notice the words that I underline. All right, those are what we call, some of it are conjunction and some of it are cohesive devices. All right, since the number of required words is around 80 words, writing in single paragraph will not be an issue. Okay, all right, it is not wrong for you to write in just one paragraph for part one only. So you may close your email by expressing your feelings, or maybe you may also include your hope in the ending part. Then sign off must be legible so that the examiner can really see your name. Okay, here I'm going to share with you another example. All right, this one is taken from Lembaga Peperiksaan Malaysia, the sample script. This the score for this email is 20 over 20. So full marks and full stop. All right, let's read together. All right, hi Amy. I am so glad that you have brought this up as I had nothing planned for the holidays. I am totally excited and I know just the place for our picnic. It will be at Central Park just beside East Road. We could also play ball there as the park is huge. Don't forget to bring an extra mat to place our foots on just in case. I lost mine. Don't worry about the supplies. I can handle them. Though you could bring some snacks if you would like to. The more, the better. I was also thinking that we could have Jack and David come. It will be more fun with them around. Alright, do update me if something comes up. Bye. So this is the example. Okay. For content, all contents 5 mark because all content is relevant to the task and the target reader is fully informed about the planned picnic. For communicative achievement is also 5 mark because the student was able to produce a text that is communicates straightforward ideas using the convention of the communicative task, such as a consistent, friendly tone and an informal register appropriately. Okay, remember you write this email to your friend, so you don't have to be formal when you write your response. Okay, example, the sentence is, I am so glad that you have brought this up. Other example is, I know just the place for our picnic. Next one, it will be at Central Park. Okay, for organization, also the student got 5 marks because the student used cohesive devices appropriately. Okay, for example, you may see the word as there. We could also play ball there as the park is huge. Next one, I can handle them, though you could bring some snacks. Next one, all right, do update me if something comes up. See, that is the simple cohesive devices the student used in this email. And for the language is also 5 marks. Even though you may find it the student use basic vocabulary, but still it is relevant to the topic. Okay. The student also use simple grammatical forms with a good degree of control. Okay, remember, as I said again and again, this is the easiest part for you to score in your writing paper. So now let's have another task. Okay, as you can see from the screen, okay, there is the question. You receive an email from your friend Jenny who wants to know about your experience joining an essay writing competition. So now let's read the question. Okay, hi, congratulations for becoming the second runner-up for an essay writing competition. How did you know about the competition? Who inspired you to join it? How did you react when you knew the result? I am so proud of you. Hope to hear from you really soon. Bye. Okay, remember to use the formula just now, GR123C. All right, we start by drafting your email first. This is another layout. How can you draft your email other than use your iThink map? You may use this kind of table as well. Okay, we start with G greeting, hello Jenny. Then the response, thanks for writing to me. And then the content. All right, content number one, how did you know about the competition? All right, I knew about the competition from the poster shared by the organizer in Instagram. And the elaboration is, what made you want to join it? Initially, the poster really attracted my attention because of the topics given. All right, that is enough for content one. Content number two, who inspired you to join it? All right, when I asked Madam Y Sharifah about it, she encouraged me to enter. So the elaboration, without any doubt, she also helped me out by checking my grammar and sentence structures. And content number three, how did you react when you knew the result? All right, of course, it was unbelievable at first. Then I screamed out loud. So the elaboration, I am really happy because I had the courage to join the competition. C. All right, the closing would be, thank you for your wish. Do keep in touch. All right, can you see the words that have been underlined? Those are some of it are conjunction and some are your cohesive devices. Okay, so the one that I show you here is only the guideline, especially for those who sometimes find it really difficult to start writing your answer. So this is the first example. I'm going to show you another example with the same question. Okay, this one a bit longer. All right, from GR1 is almost the same. It's just the student add on another sentence to make it a bit longer. For example, for content one of the topics was close to my heart. For content number two, add on elaboration is, in addition, she said I could sharpen my writing skill. All right, content number three, another elaboration. I am really happy because I had the courage to join the competition. So can you spot the differences between these two tables? Okay, yes, correct. The obvious one will be the additional notes which are related to the task. Remember, you want to write it longer. Make sure your sentences are related to the task. So now let's see how the students put everything together in just one paragraph. Okay, this is from the first table. All right, by right, it is not wrong again to only write in one paragraph. Okay, altogether is only 77 words. Okay, so what does it mean? You are not writing up to 80 words. So your marks, definitely you cannot get 5 marks for communicative achievement, meaning to say you are not fulfill the requirement of the task. Okay, let's see another example. Okay, this is also all right. This is also the first from the second table. All right, altogether is 180 words. Okay, as I said, if possible, try to maintain the number of words is either not go beyond 100 words unless you are very capable, you are very good, you want to write more, but make sure you don't have to exceed 120 words. So this time 180 words is still acceptable if you are able to fulfill and write all the related sentences only to the questions. Okay, this is for your exercise. Okay, question 1. You receive an email from your friend Amina who live in New Zealand. Hi, I want to share with you about my hometown. My hometown is located at a countryside in New Zealand. It has a beautiful views of mountains. It was a quiet town. Where is your hometown? That is content 1. What is special about your hometown? That is content 2. And what are the activities can we do there? That one is content 3. Okay, all right. You may use this table to practice on your own. Don't forget to state GR123C, GR123C, GR123C before you start writing your part 1. Right? This is the template in your real examination for you to write. So from this lesson, later I will share the link in Padlet. I would like to see how you uh, elaborate one of the contents. Not all. There are 3 contents that you have to elaborate, you have to explain and elaborate. I would like you to type in the Padlet, then I will definitely go through and check it for you. Okay, kids, that's all from me for part 1. Hopefully, we are able to keep in touch and we will focus for part 2 in your paper 2. All right. Thank you for watching.